Hey, this is the open mic night of the Living Dead, and this is our first after show of the preview episode. We've got some special things for you today.
The creature's creeping right behind you. I hope you finally find a little slice of peace and light. 'Cause it comes crashing down tonight. Welcome to the open mic. When we call your name, you'll die. But there's no need to dread. This is the open mic night of the living dead.
All right. That's I think that's going to be my tagline.
Just all right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's like Matthew McConaughey, but toned down, for efficiency.
That's fair. He does take a long time to say things.
Yep. Instead of the triple all right.
Yep, just the once.
The single all right guy.
Single all right guy. Okay, babe.
It seems more confident, I think.
It does. I totally support you.
So this is our after show. This is the show that comes in between the regular episodes, right?
Yes, that is the thing that we're doing.
Why are we doing it?
We're doing it because we see a lot of movies, a lot more movies than just the ones that we do full episodes on, where we write songs about. And we want to keep talking about those movies. And also, I'm going to let you say the second part kind of what we're going to share here in the after show. So we're going to talk about movies that we've been watching or movies that we've seen that probably won't make it into a big episode at any point, but that we want to share. And then what's the other thing that we're going to do?
Well, and also on top of that, I think if there's any other information regarding, what we discussed in the previous episode that we want to touch upon, we can do that. But I think also the exciting thing is that we will be premiering demos of either one or both of the songs that we performed in our previous episode. So instead of the raw performance that we've given in the full episode, we'll be showing you what those sound like a little bit more polished up.
You get to hear what we sound like all prettied up.
And listen, the demo we got for you today is pretty fire, I think.
I am in awe, frankly. Most of the production here, almost all of it is John's work, and it is like magic to me. So.
Yeah. But
he's embarrassed.
But they're not necessarily all going to be this level of production. Today we're going to be playing Rachel's song from last week, the Ballad of Jack Deth, her fabulous song about Trancers, and it was a short song. It's like about 2 minutes, and it was just I was inspired, I guess.
You were,
and so it was a quick. It's almost a full production demo. They're not all going to be like that. I don't want you to come expecting that level every week.
Keep expectations low.
Yes,
and
please.
You'll be really
always,
happy.
Yes, always keep your expectations as low as possible, and you'll be delighted. But some weeks it might. For example, my song last week for The Substance, we might, if we had chosen that song, it might just be acoustic guitar and vocals, but just not live, a little bit more studio time put into it. A little more
polished.
Yes, demo.
Yeah.
So I think to start out real quick, we just went through our top 24 that we watched, but we're looking at our January.
Yes.
The movies that we watched together in January. And I had asked Rachel, were there any of the movies that we watched in January, would they have been contenders had we seen them before the strike of midnight on January 1st, 2025?
Is it really boring if I say no?
Yep. Show's over.
Sorry. I only had one movie that I rated high enough to kind of match some of the other energy on my 2024 list. But what I did notice was that there are several additions to my own. I have my own kind of list of really deep cut 80s genre movies. And there's a few movies that we watched in January that are contenders for that list. So we did watch some. They're not things that I would put in my top 12 of 24, but they are ones that I'm really glad I've seen and kind of hold a special place. So there's a few of those. And I'm happy to talk about the other movies that we watched that I really enjoyed.
Give me some examples.
So the highest ranked movie that we watched was Black Swan, which I haven't seen before. I also found that to be a very uncomfortable movie to watch, and usually,
as are most of Aaron Aronofsky.
Darren Aronofsky, right? Yeah, no,
I just call him Darrenovsky.
That's great. It
Again,
saves time, efficiency.
See, confidence, power. All right.
I used to, when I was a senior in college, which was back in 2002, 2003, I would invite underclassmen to my dorm room where I had a little TV VCR combo, which I think a lot of us exennials had. And I would play for them Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, I was really popular. It really was the best way to kill a party in college. And I think Black Swan certainly brings some of that through. It was beautiful. The performances were phenomenal. I think that's why it was the highest ranked in my personal ranking list. I don't think in our ranking list here, our ones, twos, and threes, I think it would still be a 2. So I don't think it would rise to the level of something.
A high 2.
A high 2, exactly. I think it's brilliant. I appreciate it for what it was. I did not enjoy watching it necessarily.
Oh, well, and we haven't even explained that yet.
Right.
Our ranking system, because we weren't talking about one specific movie. But coming next week in the Scream episode, we're going to be ranking these movies on a tier system, tier 1, 2, or 3, and we'll explain it more when we get there. But basically, ones are complete trash that you can't even recommend necessarily to your horror friend unless you're like, you got to see how bad this movie is one time. But you might not want to rewatch it with them. 2s are basically all movies.
Most movies
that you liked it, you want to rewatch it, those sorts of things. And tier 3 are kind of the game changer movies, some of the big hitters, the big players. And, there's range within those tiers. But anyway, we'll get to that at a later date. But I'm with you on Black Swan. I had rated that. I'm looking at my list. The problem is I have 2 separate lists. I have the list of the movies we watched together and then all of the movies I've watched. And I've discovered the problem is I've done my rating on my personal list. So now I have to go back and forth.
I don't watch enough movies without you to have 2 lists. I think I watched 1 movie without you in January. And it was a rewatch, so it wasn't even a new movie.
Yeah. Well, of all the movies that I did watch, it ties for the highest, so.
Oh, cool. In alignment.
What's another movie that you dug that we watched?
I really liked Getaway, which is 2024.
Is it Getaway or Getaway?
I think it could be. I think it kind of plays on both. I actually wrote a little review with my rating. I wrote, love Nick Frost, love Aisling B, loved this movie more than I thought I would, and that's saying something given my appreciation of Nick Frost films. Fun. Very spoiler free. But I was just tickled after we watched this movie. It subverted themes and things that happen in horror movies in ways that I didn't expect. Very dark black comedy and really fun.
Shudder. Mm-hmm. At least at this time, and I can't remember if it's a Shudder exclusive or original, but I think you can still check it out there. I wouldn't even say anything about it. It's one you should just check out. It's a fun time. Really
fun. Definitely stood out for me as one of the newer movies that we watched. What about you? What else did you really enjoy?
Well, I was surprised you didn't mention Critters. That's how we started the year. Was with Critters.
I did really enjoy Critters.
That was a fun time. I'd never seen that. I'm really into any sort of 80s vibe horror movie. And in terms of little critters from outer space, this one's up there. I mean, obviously there's comparisons to be made with movies like Gremlins and what's the other one? Some people are screaming out there right now. There's a whole nother. They're like,
Yeah, not me. Sorry.
And there's like Ghoulies. I have not seen those. But,
Yeah.
So that was a good time. But we watched a few old school kind of classics. We saw Terror Train.
Yes.
Assault on Precinct 13, which isn't exactly horror, but it's genre for sure. And John Carpenter, and we had never seen it. And I think that exceeded my expectations.
I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the characters in the script. The dialogue was really fun in weird places. Yeah, that was a really fun one that I had never seen before. And great after we got to see John Carpenter back in October.
At the Joe Bob's Jamboree.
At Joe Bob's
Vegas.
Jamboree.
Yeah.
That's right. It was really neat. And they showed a clip from Assault on Precinct 13, but we hadn't yet seen it. So I was really happy to fill in that hole in our horror genre knowledge for sure. I was going to say I also really enjoyed Terror Train. I thought that was really, really fun and hit a lot of the notes that I appreciate in a good 80s slasher. Not the least of which, Jamie Lee Curtis, and magic, and on a train. Oh, it was great.
Yeah. Anything with, what was that Dickens character's name? The magician.
David Copperfield.
Yes, thank you. Yes. I used to watch all his specials back in the day, so it was a real delight to see him doing fictional magic on a fictional train. But no, that was a fun movie. I had watched it once before, but a long time ago, so it was a good fresh watch for me. We also saw the follow-up movie to your number one of 2024, which was The Loved Ones, was your number one.
That's right.
By director Sean Byrne. We watched his 2015 movie called The Devil's Candy, which was pretty solid. I wasn't as fun as The Loved Ones for me. I definitely, if I had to pick one to take to a deserted island, it would definitely be The Loved Ones.
Agreed. But it was still pretty neat with Ethan Embry did a really cool job. I've never seen him in that kind of a role before. It had great imagery and just kind of definitely a twisted jaunt, shall we say. I really enjoyed it, but it did not rise to the level of The Loved Ones for me, for sure.
Any other notable flicks?
Death Race 2000.
Oh yeah,
1975.
That was a wild little movie.
That was so cool. And I've seen it parodied so much in pop culture for the last 40 years, right? That I vaguely knew what it was about, but had not ever seen it. So that was really, really fun. Death Race 2000. And then along with that, another classic that somehow I'd never seen was Chud that we watched, which I enjoyed watching that. Kevin's dad from Home Alone is the lead in Chud. And I just remember his performance was really fun and kind of not what I was expecting necessarily, but it suited it. And that was a really fun one too.
Yeah, that one fell a little short for me, but it was still a good watch.
Oh yeah, I rated it slightly lower than some of the others we've talked about, like Terror Train and Death Race, and New Year's Evil. We watched New Year's Evil, which is another one that tickled my fancy. It was great.
Yes. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that for a couple of years now and always missed it as the time rolled around. And I think I said to you, I was like, it's still January. We can watch this.
Yep. It was kind of a double feature with Terror Train. We did one on one night and one the next night. And so that was, it will often be 2 nights between movies if I'm not able to stay up late enough to finish it. But that one we did kind of knocked them right out. And that was really fun. So I'm glad those two are the ones that kind of are in my little special corner of 80s genre films that make me really happy that lots of people haven't seen.
And then we did that movie that was really different, which was Out of Darkness.
Yeah, that was an intense watch. I liked it a lot.
super like a prehistoric horror, right?
Right? Like really basic. And they spoke in a different language the whole time, which I nerd out on whenever there's something that's seems authentic. I don't know how authentic it is. I don't know if they know how authentic it is, but it really brought me in. And for what it is, if you were to describe the plot, it feels much more intense than that, I guess. There's not a lot of trappings, right? If you're in kind of prehistoric times. And it was a beautiful, beautiful film. Some films we watch on our bigger TV with the better resolution. And that was one that we watched on the big screen. We saved it for that just because visually I remember it was really stunning. So I thought they did, and the sound design on that was really good. I remember just the atmosphere created by the filmmakers. So definitely different than most of the other things we watched in January. But
well, and I liked it. And I think it's absolutely worth checking out, especially for the concept, even on its own. I think I came away from that movie feeling like they could have gone further.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't. It was like a little safe in the end, but obviously they were contending with a lot of different things they were trying to bring into the movie, and it was extremely well shot. The sound design was really great. The acting was cool. Like Rachel said, an entirely different language. I thought the execution fell a little flat by the end for me. I was expecting a little more out of it, I guess, but it was only my first watch, so if I watch it again someday, maybe I'll feel differently.
cool.
Anyway, I think that's a good little recap for today's after show. And so we're going to leave you with the production demo of Rachel's song inspired by the classic film Trancers. Coming right up is the Ballad of Jack Deth.
Who's that guy with the slick back hair? It's Jack Deth, Jack Deth, a 23rd century cop with a cool scar. Jack Deth, he's our only hope, but he'll do it on his own terms. Singe the Trancers and their boss, leave their bodies for the worms. Who's that guy with the slick back hair? Jack Deth, Jack Deth, a 23rd century cop with a cool scar. Jack Deth, diving for treasure, making his boss get his pants wet. Fist fights with Santa, maybe his own grandpa. Who's that guy with the slick back hair? It's Jack Deth, Jack Deth, a 23rd century cop with a cool scar. Jack Deth, before he saves the world, first he's gonna try Chinese food, kick some dumb punk's ass, and save his new girl. Who's that guy with the slick back hair? It's Jack Deth, Jack Deth, a 23rd century cop with a cool scar. Jack Deth, who's that guy with the slick back hair? Jack Deth, Jack Deth, a 23rd century cop with a cool scar. Jack Deth, Jack Deth.
And there you have it.
That's
We'll-
it.
We'll see you next week. Well, we won't see you, but we'll see our microphones.
And you'll hear us.
You'll hear us. Our microphones represent you, which we're talking really close to. It would be really uncomfortable in
Very.
a public space.
Yeah,
if this
no.
were actually you.
I might be uncomfortable if I was speaking this close to you. Like this is pretty close.
Yeah. Get off me. All right. Well, next week we'll be talking about Scream. I'm really looking forward to it. Take care. Talk to you soon.
Bye.